All right, hit it.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest crypto channel in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button because, guys, we're closer than ever to 1 million subscribers. The first exclusively crypto channel ever to hit 1 million subscribers. It is going to be us for sure. I see you trying to catch up on me there, CB. Ain't going to happen, okay? We elevating the content around here. Around the blockchain this week, or last week was a great hit. We're going to keep doing it forever, maybe. We'll see. But we got a lot of great guests coming on today at 5 p.m., so you definitely come back for that. But just want to say thank you to everybody. There's a chance we'll hit 1 million subscribers by the end of this week or over the weekend. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. So I hope you guys like the new shirt. The wife picked this one out last night. We went to the Braves game, and she picked this one out, and she said, I can't wait for you to wear that tomorrow so people can make comments. And she screenshots all the good comments, just so you guys know. So we got that going on. So hopefully you guys will make good comments now about this.
Everybody talking about Shiba.
Shiba. What's going on with Shiba?
Another DGen coin going off over the weekend.
We were having this conversation this morning about these meme coins. And if we had actually put money into every meme coin that people shill in the chat over there, we would have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
We wouldn't say we were doing it. But, yeah. Oh, somebody said, welcome latte boy. Latte boy. I don't get it.
I don't either.
But, guys, this shirt's a little too big for me. It's just an extra large. Look at that. Oh, God. Oh, God, I showed too much. But anyways, guys, we got a big show for you guys. I mean, obviously, Ethereum is booming. Yeah. Things are going insane with Ethereum. You got to check it out. We're going to be looking at it. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin ready to rip one way or the other. We'll have to see what happens. We're going to be looking at Dogecoin exactly as I predicted. It dumped. But it seems like it may have already found a floor and been bouncing back. So I don't know. That's why I did not sell 100% of my Dogecoin, because I knew there was a chance that it could be going up.
How much did you end up selling?
So I had originally bought, I can't remember. Oh, well, I bought $80,000 worth, I think it was.
Yeah.
And overall, I think we ended up getting out 130. Okay. And then 130, and then we still have, like, at the time, I had $16,000 left. It was a price of 64 cents at that time. So
gotcha.
I made the mistake not to sell it all because I learned that mistake the last time that I sold it all. So, but anyways, let's see here. We got some super chats. Hi, Ben. The wife shirt game is definitely strong. Any idea when earn might start to move up? I think very soon. So should be rid of the downward selling pressure. We had videos yesterday on Cardia Chain and One Chain, 2 coins that we work with that we're very bullish on. So I said One Chain and 100x coin. It could easily be. It's very low in the rankings. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. Kenneth, thank you for that super chat about Tom Brady's laser eyes. We will be discussing that. They say he's loading up on Bitcoin, boys. We are not at the top of this market. So is that true, you think? Did Shiba really get listed on Binance Smart Chain or Binance?
Yeah. It's a good question.
It's a good question, so I don't know, but we know that Shiba did pump. I mean, you can't hate the player. You know, you got to hate the game. These meme coins definitely start pumping like crazy. I remember when did people start showing the Shiba to us? I know at the conference somebody showed it to me in real life.
Yeah, I would say about that. Maybe the week before we left, we started seeing stuff in the chat.
Yeah,
it's a couple weeks ago.
And I hope you guys all watch me on Marin Altman's Twitch stream. I just did that about an hour ago. So if you guys watch that, I hope you enjoyed that. She's definitely awesome. She's a big creator on TikTok and on Twitter and Twitch and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. First and foremost, as always, thank you for all the support. We're at 955,000 subscribers. Looking to move ahead soon to 1 million. Very excited about that. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. We are now at 321K. Very excited about everybody that's been following us here. Last night I tweeted, let's see, there was me on Marin's channel. You can get Marin's channel. You can get access to that there. But I tweeted last night about Ethereum. See if I can find it here. Well, this is big brain. This was really interesting. Michael Saylor destroying Bill Maher. That was pretty nuts. But I did this one. ETH gang, where you at? We done made it to 4K. At some point, people will stop trolling and start listening. Guys, think about this. How crazy did I sound last year when I predicted that Ethereum will go to $27,000? How crazy did I sound?
And the price was what, $150 at the time? Yeah. Sounded nuts at the time, 27K. People yeah.
Sounded absolutely crazy. Now, at $4,000, how crazy does it sound?
Doesn't sound so crazy.
Doesn't sound so crazy. I look at something like VeChain, by the way. Like VeChain, I predicted would go to $1. Some people predicted $2. How crazy did that sound when I did that video? I think it was in September, when right before the price pump. Price was $0.015. How crazy did $1 sound?
Yeah.
How crazy does it sound now?
That's
less than a 5x from here.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
From the all-time high, it's only a 4x to $1. What's going to be really interesting is when we start seeing these projects start exceeding my price predictions. You got to remember, in crypto, things seem too good to be true sometimes. And the scammers, they prey on that. But the truth is that, crypto is like nothing we've ever seen in the history of the world. And it's the biggest opportunity we've ever been given. Look at that market cap. $2.44 trillion. Let's see what the all-time high was on that over the last. Hey, have you seen this little trick? Watch this. You can actually highlight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just hit an all-time high this morning. So it looks like, I think this morning, we hit 2.5 trillion. That's the new height. Somebody said, why Doge over BTT? You think BitTorrent is the next? It could be the next one. I bought a bunch of it. I bought more Ethereum Classic this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gearing up for that ETH Classic pump.
Interesting.
I think it's gonna happen. Did you see Barry Silbert? Were you the one that sent me that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Barry Silbert said he thinks Ethereum Classic. That's if you read between the lines on what he was posting. Ethereum Classic's next.
Yeah.
So he didn't directly say that, but he said, look at what's available with liquidity on Robinhood. Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever the other one was, and Ethereum Classic. And we all know Ethereum Classic's where that money's going to go.
I think the other two are Doge and Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, Doge and Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, so we already know people are taking Doge profits. Matt Wallace, a final stand, says he thinks we won't see another Dogecoin. But he says the community is stronger than any other one out there. But I don't know. I tend to think that we will. 24-hour volume, good, 226 billion. Bitcoin dominance, is this the low, 43.9, first time under 44%?
I don't know, but I know that's the high for ETH for sure.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Look at that. Guys, it's time to start asking the question. It's time to start asking the question. Let's start doing the math here, guys. Okay, look here. Binance Coin to Ethereum. That would be a 4.7x.
Jeez.
Bitcoin or Ethereum to Bitcoin, that's about a 1.1x. Or a 2.1x, sorry. Is that right? 2.1x?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a 2.1x there, okay? We're barely talking about doubling to get to Bitcoin. Can Ethereum catch Bitcoin in this cycle? What do you think, TJ?
Man, that's a big one.
Look at the math. Look at the math.
I know. I know it's feasible. I guess, can it? Yes. Will it? That's a bigger question. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible for it to catch it. I'll be real interested. I bet we'll get real close, and that flippening talk we'll be doing that every day towards the end of this run. I bet.
Now, you guys don't know this, but I actually did a video on the channel called Flippin' Friday. This was in my earlier days. Here it is. Flippin' Friday. You guys go watch this video. This is about Ethereum passing Bitcoin. It's a rap song, actually. So, it may have me breakdancing in it. It may not. I'm not sure. But it's a pretty funny song. And the idea was, how ludicrous would it be if Ethereum woke up in the #1 spot? And it's not that outlandish. Now, once again, I would like to reiterate what I said over the weekend about this, which is I don't think that we are going to see this happen because similarly, what was happening a few months ago, right? Binance Coin, Cardano, Polkadot, they all took turns moving up. Dogecoin, they all took turns moving up closer to Ethereum. But then what happened? Ethereum has crushed it. There will come a day during this cycle when Bitcoin is going to run. And when Bitcoin runs, it's going to get much further ahead of Ethereum. But it is interesting to me. It is interesting to me that Ethereum is much closer in percentage terms to Bitcoin than anything else is to Ethereum. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's insane. Somebody said, take it to the vet, Ben. Take that Doge to the vet.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That was a funny meme. I posted that over the weekend.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Saturday morning.
On your account or on my account?
On the Hit Network account.
Look at this. Do you see this?
Jeez.
1,587% return.
No wonder they're so happy.
It's number 18. It's number 18. What in the world? I'm going to put my life savings in this. Which, thank you to the banks, is basically no money. I don't have any money in the bank. So maybe $7. Revain making a new appearance. Telcoin continuing to crush it. Stellar finally pumped. Leo, don't worry about that. Waves and Helium, good days. Let's look at the top gainers for the week here. We've got, obviously, Shiba, Telcoin, Bitcoin Diamond, Ethereum Classic. I bought another like 60K of Ethereum Classic at $110. Okay. And it's because my dude Todd that sells me my cars, he called me and he was like, I'm freaking out. The price is dipping. What do I do? Do I sell it all? And I said, no, this might be a time to buy more. And so right after I hung up the phone, I turned around and bought like $60,000. Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Todd. So, guys, you got to understand, this is just when you've been in this for a long time, you really understand everybody's brain works the same way when it comes to investment, for the most part. So when people are thinking about selling and they're freaking out, that's generally the good time to start buying. So that is what I did over the weekend. So, but that's what's going on with the markets. And also, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade, now I made some good trades over the weekend. Let's see, I'm not logged into my Bybit account right now, but I made some good trades over the weekend. I would not mind getting in right now, 57,500. That seems to be a pretty good price point to get in my opinion. That's where I got in yesterday, and I rode it all the way up. I did pretty good. I made like 0.1 BTC, so my last few trades have been pretty good. I had gotten down to less than 20K in that account. We're back up to 36 right now, so trying to charge back up to 100K to move up towards $1 million at some point. Still working on that. And Mr. Elron, did you update our coin stats?
Yep.
So let's check out the coin stats. Let's see what's going on with that real quick. Our coin stats portfolio. So this is what we diversified into. So we diversified into from Phantom to Pancake Swap and XRP. So in our 1K to 10K challenge right now, we're coming in 2,433. So we're about the same spot we were when we diversified. We've been as high as $2,600. So trying to make moves on that. Thoughts on smaller market caps rising, such as Saturna. I'm not extremely interested in the smaller market cap coins right now. I don't think it's the time in the cycle where I should be, super excited about that. That will come down the road. We've seen some of them move. Right now, I think still a lot of the gains are in the bigger coins. So, guys, don't forget to sign up for Bybit. If you do want to trade like we do on Bybit, you can get access to unlimited VPN, token metrics, Market Cipher indicator, of course. You get 15% off with the code. It's got some new features. And, of course, if you don't want to use Bybit, you can use VMEX. They don't require the VPN stuff. So make sure to sign up. They got the biggest deposit bonus ever going on. Let me make sure they still got that going on. Let me make sure that is still valid here. Yep, still got the $1,610 up for grabs. Let's see when it says it ends. It does not say when it ends. So still open right now if you want to take advantage of the biggest deposit bonus in history. And I think Bitcoin is about to rip. Now, it could easily plummet and crash. That could happen. A big move is most likely coming very soon. So let's take a look at the chart here, see what's going on with Bitcoin. You guys can see, this is so interesting. So this is the 2-hour chart here. Now, I think this is the long-term trend line here. If we go and look at a larger time frame, like the 8-hour here, yeah, wow, look at this. Wow. Something very interesting has developed on Bitcoin over the last few weeks here, which is, okay, so we have this long-term trend line. You guys can see the yellow line, long-term trend line, okay? It was support, right? We had, let's move this up here. Oops. Oh, God, this thing, I hate it so much sometimes. Let's move this up. So you guys see we had several touch points on this. This was the line of support. This line went all the way back to here. And now what's really interesting is now this support has turned into resistance. It's almost like exactly textbook. Exactly textbook. What is textbook? Textbook technical analysis. Support turns into resistance. Resistance turns into support. Why is SafeMoon bad? Because it's very centralized. It's very centralized. Very few addresses hold most of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons.
Well, all of the other problems are related to that.
Yep.
So be careful with SafeMoon. Now, look, you'll lose credibility when you tell people they can't make money with stuff, and then people do make money with stuff. But I personally would only put money into SafeMoon that was totally disposable that I expected to lose, and if I made money off of it, it would be great. So, but this is clearly turned into support here. Now, this is the daily or the 8-hour chart here. Okay, so looking at the 8-hour chart, last week let's go to the daily chart actually. So looking at the daily chart, last week we had this green dot, a bullish green dot on the daily chart. Okay, and we talked about how bullish that was. Well, as you guys can see, we've been up and we've been down and we've been trying to get over this line of resistance right here. Well, if you recall, if we were to go back to the last time that we got this green dot, which was back in October, okay? God. I just hate how you cannot flip between the crosshairs and the brush easily.
It's good entertainment either way.
For you it is, because it makes me look dumb.
No, it doesn't. It's the it's watching you get frustrated with it is funny.
Okay, now look, if you look here at Bitcoin, because I do get so frustrated with it, I hate it so much. The last time we got a green dot on the daily, we had a similar pattern over about a week where it went up and then it went back down. It actually almost went back down to the same level at which we got the green dot. So the point here is this, is remember, we are getting a lot of people saying a lot of bearish things. I had somebody send me a message talking about, they think that we're anticipating maybe a mini bear market here. But these green dots on Market Cypher on the daily chart are so strong that we do not get these dots generally unless there is about to be some major movement. So just because we got the green dot, here and we got a correction here, that doesn't mean anything. God, what a terrible, it looks like an anchor or a nose. I don't know what that looks like. Get rid of that. This means nothing. And if you remember, when we looked at the Ethereum chart showed the same thing. If you go to the Ethereum chart, which we will get to here in a bit, but look at the green dot that we had for Ethereum this is on the hourly. We want to see the one that was on the daily. So we had one on the daily here. Look at what happened, okay? We got the green dot on the daily, and then we got a little pump, and then the price went down. And then what happened? We got the parabolic upswing, okay? So I definitely expect to see big movement. Now, kind of looking at Bitcoin in the short term here, like there's a lot of people saying a lot of bearish stuff, but we could get some bearish stuff on the short term. But long term, we are definitely looking at some very strong movement for Bitcoin. I don't see any way out of it. Somebody keeps super chatting asking me about BitTorrent token.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not especially interested in it. I'm not especially interested in Tron related projects. But BitTorrent can do well. I like BitTorrent. I was very bullish on it when it came out. Of course, anything in a bear market is going to suck. And so that's what happened. It came out and it didn't do well, after its launch on Binance. But, overall, I think it's good. Thoughts on Shiba? Is it another Doge? Here's my problem with Shiba. let's just take a quick look here at Shiba real quick before we move on to Ethereum. Here's my problem with Shiba. A lot of you guys are trying to compare Shiba to Dogecoin. And I mean, look at that chart. Now, do I have FOMO? Am I, disappointed that I missed out on it? Yeah, sure. Of course I am. Obviously, when you see a chart like that and you missed it and you own almost every coin known to man, it kind of sucks. But here's my problem with Shiba comparing it to Doge, okay? Where are you getting the Robinhood liquidity from? Where are you getting the Robinhood liquidity from? You're not getting it from Binance. International people could, but what was driving Dogecoin? Okay, it's the younger investor, TikTok, Wall Street bets. There's nowhere for them to buy it. Okay, it's not on Robinhood. It's not on Webull. It's not on any of these sites. So you're dealing with a restricted amount of people that can buy it to get it kind of that, the highest echelon, similar to what we saw from Dogecoin. But look, don't discount it. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen. I mean, I'm certainly thinking about throwing a bag in it. Actually, you know what, Elron? Let's take our Phantom. Let's move it over to it. Okay. We're going to do that. We will throw some money into it for our Coin Stats Challenge. Our Phantom has done really well. We're diversifying out of it. It's a smaller percentage of our portfolio now. So if it does correct and go way down, then you know what? We lose a little bit. But for something like a 1K to 10K challenge, highly speculative, I think we can ride out with some of that. It's on KuCoin, so we'll go ahead and throw a little bit into it and see what happens. So, and by the way, that is not at all what's the word I'm looking for, TJ?
Financial advice?
Well, of course it's not financial advice, but this is not a vote of confidence in Shiba from me. This is more like I'm just going to throw some money in it and see what happens. So nobody take that as financial advice. Like, you should go do that.
And don't try to replicate our trades in the 1K to 10K challenge.
Yeah, don't replicate those. It's
just for example purposes.
Somebody said, are we at the end of alt season? I don't think so. Thank you, Jet. I don't think we're at the end of alt season. I think things are still going to be moving in. Is Ethereum Classic worth throwing money into? I think so. I put some money into it. It's risky.
Was Sovereign one of those ones that Ian mentioned the other night on Around the Blockchain?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
Maybe, was it?
I can't remember. I thought he said something about that.
I remember one called Liquidity.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
That's the one I remember.
And there was two other ones. But a lot of people asking about Sovereign.
It says Crypto.com has Shiba. And that's great if Crypto.com has, but Dogecoin pumped to the moon because of Robinhood.
Right.
Let's be honest about it. Thoughts on synthetics? I like synthetics. I haven't sold any of my synthetics. It has not gone as bullish as I hoped that it would. But Ethereum also didn't go as bullish as we hoped it would for 3 or 4 months, and now look at it. So, All right, let's move on to the Ethereum chart. Let's look at Ethereum here because, my gosh, this thing is so crazy.
Heading back to all-time highs right now.
Yeah, 41.63 right now. The all-time high is 41.82.
70.
Yeah. It may cross it right now. Well, there, 68. No, go up. Don't go down. No, go up. Go up. Okay. I'll go Doge or CTSI. That's a great question. I would probably go, look, I love Cartesi. It just got a gigantic pump. Algorand out of those three hasn't got the biggest pump. So that's probably what I would go with right now. We actually bought some Algorand last week. So I have strong confidence in Harmony, sure. I mean, guys, my confidence level in something can only be judged by whether or not I sell it. I sold 0 Harmony. I sold, 0 Ethereum Classic. I sold a bunch of Doge. So I can only tell you what I'm doing, and that's what you can listen to, knowing it's not financial advice. So, okay, so here we go. Back to the Ethereum chart. This is on the daily, which is extremely bullish, and it's so amazing how well this market cipher works. I tell you guys what, if you don't own market cipher, it's very cheap. It's like, I think it's 0.1 BTC. No, it's not even that much. I don't even know how much is it anymore. I think you can get it for like $1,500 for the year or something. This thing is so good and so accurate. It's not 100%. Nothing is. But I mean, look, it told you right here. It told you right here on the momentum wave to get in. And look what happened. Boom. Boom. Look at that. And look, here's the numbers. You get the 11. Or it just went up to 16. But you got a -5 on the bearish ratio. Okay? Everything was pointing to a big pump today. Everything was pointing to a big pump. And here we are, 41.76. We are a couple bucks from the all-time high. Actually, this looks like this is the all-time high. It just said it a second ago is what it was. There's a little bitty wick right up here. Where is this thing going to stop? Nobody knows. $5,000? I do know that we did a video with Chris from Crypto last week, and he mentioned $4,400. So pretty interesting. Someone said, is AMP worth looking at? I've not had a lot of success with Ampleforth, but I will tell you what I have had a lot of success with, which is, it just hit all-time high just now, 41.88.
Hey.
What I think is, I love Benchmark Protocol is the competitor. It's got a market cap that's about a tenth of Ampleforth's. It's a partner of ours. We got a video coming out on them today, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There's another one called just AMP. I don't think he was talking about. Ampleforth is with AMPL.
Oh, is that what he was talking about?
He was talking about AMP.
Oh, well, speaking of Ampleforth and Benchmark Protocol, I favor Benchmark Protocol over Ampleforth. I'm a holder of it. I'm an advisor for him, so obviously I'm going to be that way. Full disclosure on everything, of course, as we always do. But, Benchmark Protocol, I think, has a lot of upside compared to Ampleforth, just on a random note there. All right. So back to the Ethereum chart here. Things are looking good. Let's look at the shorter time frame, see what we can find out here. Shorter time frame, also looking mega bullish. We're about to break 4,200 right now. Here it goes. Y'all ready? 4,200. 42.
Come on.
42. Come on. Big money. Big money. Big money. It's funny when it gets stopped right here.
I was going to say, as soon as you say
as soon as I start saying, well, it's like Benjamin Cowan had this $4,000 watch party over the weekend.
Yeah.
It got real close and then it didn't. I was like, every time Benjamin Cowan does a watch party for a price, it never hits it.
Oh.
Yeah, so close. We were so close and we didn't get there. It's down to 41.96 now.
By the way, from Market Cypher, it's $13.50 for a lifetime membership.
$13.50 for a lifetime.
Lifetime.
Is that with the 15% discount?
Yes. It's $1,500 without it.
Guys, you can't go wrong with this thing. If nothing else, let me tell you why I like Market Cypher so much, other than like we made a lot of money with it. It teaches you technical analysis. Mm-hmm. You actually learn, because I can't sit and read a book about TA. It's so boring to me, right? Like reading a book about charts.
Yeah.
Meh. Okay. I'd rather watch a baseball game, which a lot of people think is equally as boring. So that tells you right there. And Freddie Freeman, man, he hit that ball so hard last night, man. Ooh, what a game.
Yeah.
Rays, charging up. But anyways, the thing is that when you look at Market Cypher, you start to understand just naturally by looking at this so much. You start understanding charts, and you can use this for stocks. You can use it for gold. You can use it for any asset, any altcoin that's on TradingView. You can use it for. We've used it with Cardano before. We used it with Chainlink, Polkadot. So just something to look at with Market Cypher. Just got some bullish stuff for Cardano here.
I really like the addition of the numbers, too. I think that's really cool.
It shows you the strength of the candle.
Yeah.
So what did Cardano peak out at 182? Was that the all-time high?
No, didn't it get above 3 at one point last cycle?
No, it's a new all-time high for this cycle for sure. Yeah, it peaked out. Yeah, this is the all-time high here that it's been at. It got all the way to $1.82. That's the all-time high. No, it got to $1.18 in the last cycle.
18.
Yeah, it passed out a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Market Cypher works for everything, and I love it. I think it's been so advantageous for us on this channel. So let's see what this says here, and we'll continue to monitor the Ethereum price as it looks like once again it's charging up 41.96, 41.97. God, I wish it would break 4,200 on air, and that's why it doesn't. Was anybody watching it when it was right at $3,000? It was right at $3,000, and it was only moving like a nickel at a time for like 5 minutes. It just moved a nickel. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. It said White House just declared a state of emergency. Is that true?
I don't know. I was trying to.
Somebody super chatted it.
Yeah.
Declares emergency over pipeline shutdown. The White House is issuing. This is from whatever. By the way, did anybody see the Wall Street Journal story on Melinda Gates? Just saying, go read it. That's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna say anything more about it than that. But I'm saying none of it surprised me. White House declares emergency over pipeline shutdown. White House is issuing an emergency declaration over the shutdown of a major oil pipeline over a cyber attack. Colonial pipeline that supplies much of the East Coast was shut down Friday after computer systems were infected with ransomware. Regional emergency will provide support for transportation of gas. Okay, so, I mean, it's a pipeline. Not super significant. I mean, I'm sure it is significant. It'll affect gas prices and stuff like that, but nothing like groundbreaking there. We know there's a lot of ransomware attacks on the government. So, what do you remember that story where the government said that, what was it they said? They said, like, that they had been hacked for, like, a whole year. Do you remember that story?
No.
Yeah, it came out, I think, over the fall, where, like, the government was like, yeah, we've been hacked for the whole last year and we didn't know it.
Yeah, they're a mess. I mean,
Man.
all their tech is like from the 70s and 80s, I feel like. Just so dated.
Litecoin broke resistance. Hey, I bought a bunch of Litecoin too. I think I bought like $100,000 worth of Litecoin. When it's at 360. It was right all-time high, and I bought a bunch of it. So they said they bought APY finance at the top. Should I just cut your losses? It depends on what percentage of your portfolio. If that's your entire portfolio and you think you can make more money in the short term on other things. But look, Frontier, APY Finance, Nord Finance, these are projects we believe in long term for this bull cycle. And at some point, they will prove their value. So we haven't sold any of ours. So, all right, Ethereum continues wild ride. ETH price breaks $4,000 for the first time. The second largest digital asset doesn't look to be stopping its meteoric rise anytime soon. Speaking of meteoric rises, how many people are watching right now?
We have 19,200 people watching right now.
19,200 people. And that means, obviously, we should have 8,600 likes?
Nope. 3,000 likes. But yes. I think they knew where this was going because they just started moving. They just jumped from 2,700 to 3,000. So,
guys, go ahead and smash that like button for us. It allows more people to see this video, which allows the price of Ethereum to go up, obviously. Yeah. If you want the price of Ethereum to go up, if you want to break $5,000, smash the like button, and you guys know what time it is.
ETH gang.
Hashtag ETH gang.
Let's go.
Guys, we are the Ethereum channel. Remember this. Guys, how many people want to give up on Ethereum? What was the chat like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
What was it like, TJ?
ETH dead. When ETH? Is it ever going to move? What's wrong with ETH? ETH killer, Solana, Cardano, everything except ETH.
Everything but ETH. Can Atlanta Braves Hawaiian shirts moon this cycle? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've got plenty of room to fill. So, guys, here's the thing about Ethereum. Is Cosmos undervalued? Absolutely. We're going to be doing videos on Cosmos soon. Did Heather reach out to them? I want to work with them.
I believe she did, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want to work with me, but I love Cosmos. So, guys, remember this. Look at all the ETH gang. Wow. I love y'all so much. You guys remember this. Crypto is a game of patience, and it doesn't seem like it is because things happen so fast in this space. But if you've watched our 1K to 10K challenge, if you watch our videos on Ethereum, the end goals are still in sight. But it's just like that famous meme of like, how I thought it was going to go one straight line, start to finish. How it actually went was all, full of disaster and full of turns and twists and pitfalls and all kinds of stuff. It's not easy. When you look at the overall market years ahead of time or years in the past, it's easy to look and judge what you could have and would have and should have done. But when you're in it, it's much harder than that. And a lot of you guys are finding that out now. So, are you still bullish on R? Saw your video on it. I think it's probably the best privacy coin, so I do like it. But I don't know if it can sustain the kind of pump that it had recently. So
well, and that's something to keep in mind almost with all privacy coin guys is there's going to be less speculation on it just for regulatory concerns. So in this market, when it's so much driven by speculation, you're going to miss a little bit of that with these privacy coins, regardless of how good the project is.
Hellcats have been mooning for the last couple of years. How about them demons?
Yeah.
Ether eclipsed $4,000 for the first time on May 10th. We're way behind, but it's fine. Passing the psychologically significant barrier, I said that weird, on multiple exchanges, including Coinbase. New milestone comes just a week after breaking 3,000. Still has not broke 40, or did it?
It did. They are all saying it.
Oh, it did. It did 4202, so interesting. Let's see what they have to say here. Likewise, there have been significant strides in adoption. Last week, the European Investment Bank announced they would be issuing $120 million bond. We already looked at that last week. ETH 2.0 in turn will transition that word to proof of stake. We know about all that. The remarkable run has even prompted renewed speculation that there could be a flippening on the horizon, a long-anticipated event among the Ethereum community where ETH overtakes Bitcoin in market capitalization. The first person who I ever heard talk about this was Omar. Omar was the first person who sounded like nuts, which nobody even watches Omar's channel anymore. It's very sad.
Yeah. He does great content, knows a lot about ETH.
Yeah, he does great content, has, a lot. But I think it's just a matter of like, look, in this, he's doing the same kind of videos that he was doing back then. The same setup and everything like that. And fact is, in the world of crypto, you got to up your game. And he's got great content, but the videos, they haven't really changed. And so the people that were watching him back then, they're still watching him, but he's been having a hard time getting a newer audience. Crypto's News, that's crypto with a 0. So you guys go subscribe to his channel, show him some love. But I like Omar. I like a lot of his takes. I thought he was insane when he said he thought Ethereum would pass Bitcoin. I now believe that as well, and have said that on the record many times. I do not believe it will be this cycle, but I do believe Ethereum will eventually pass Bitcoin. And even the fact that we're talking about it right now
is crazy.
Who was talking about this 3 months ago?
Who was talking about it 1 month ago?
Nobody.
Nobody. It was all ETH killers.
Do I think ETH will correct anytime soon? Love you, young man. Well, thank you, Emil Andre Thorsheim. Always nervous to read the names.
I know, me too. Especially when they're long and spaced out like that.
Yeah. But do I think ETH will correct soon? I mean, guys, I thought the correction would have been down in the low 3,000s. It's hard to see it getting back down to the low 3,000s right now. I mean, with each number psychological barrier that we pass, gets harder and harder to see it going back down to those numbers. Let's see what kind of correction that would be real quick. If it were to go back down to $3,000, I mean, that'd be almost a 30% correction. So I don't see that coming. I think it going back down to that $3,500 level is possible. But I know one thing, I never buy things unless like we just bought Shiba, like FOMO buy, right? But we did it with a very speculative part of our portfolio. I would never be putting very significant amounts of money and significant amounts of my portfolio into tops. You guys, I've told you this over and over again. We had the guy at the peak of Cardano said, that's it. I'm selling all my ETH for Cardano. And I said, you did it the wrong way. You're not doing it right. Yeah. When you're selling the bottoms to buy the tops, that's never a good recipe for success. You want to do it the other way. So right now, I would not feel comfortable buying a bunch more ETH right now at this moment. It's looking very bullish, but you just gotta wait for those retracements to come. So even if it goes, I would rather you do this. I would rather the price go up to 5,000 and it correct down to 4,200 and you buy it there than to buy it at 4,200 as the top. Does that make sense? It's just better to wait for the correction.
Our buddy Vic said, he said, my bad.
Old Sir Vix, I see him.
Well,
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's so funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
That's so funny. All right, let's check out the supply shortage of ETH. And then we have another ETH story here. Or they're both ETH. What was this? What was this one? Approaches JP Morgan's market value. Pretty interesting. But this is the story you're talking about here. Mm-hmm. After briefly spiking to highs above 3,900, Ethereum continues to show its potential in the crypto space. The chart below demonstrates that there have been 10 withdrawals of over 200K. I do not have a date on that B Pro stuff. So I see a lot of people asking about it. Oh God, I just spilled this. Oh,
can somebody grab
Acuna.
Poor guy.
Acuna. He's in the water. It's a rain game.
He's getting the tea.
It's a rain game. I spilled this tea, guys. Hey, that's what we do on this channel. We spill the tea.
That's right.
So throat's been doing a little bit better. I know over the weekend we did that video. It's kind of rough. But I'm working on doing some vocal exercises, like this one.
Some throat exercises.
Yeah, it's supposed to help, but I'm supposed to do it alone and away from people because it's embarrassing.
Got it. So
instead, I just showed it to how many people?
I was gonna say naturally you do it on the live stream with 20,000 people.
20,000 people saw it, so that's great. So.
Yeah, still not 8,000 likes though. Only
still not 8,000 likes. How many?
6,500 likes.
6,500. We're getting better, guys. Let's go ahead and smash that like button.
Yeah.
Stop what you're doing. Smash the like. It helps the channel. I almost spilled my other drink that time. So, wow, how about that? This is rough today, guys.
Yeah.
Did you all see the sour cream I spilled on the floor last week? It was rough.
Yeah. Ada appreciates it.
And guys, don't forget, make sure that you guys are following our other channels, our Hit Network and New Money Gang. I believe I am going to beat Hit Network to 100,000. I'm going to get to 1 million first.
Yeah, you will.
That's been kind of the interesting thing we've been watching. New Money Gang, 35,000 subscribers. A lot of people like Leanne's interview with Matt over the weekend and some other stuff. So you guys make sure you are subscribed to those channels. Okay, so let's get back to the story here. The chart below demonstrates that there have been 10 withdrawals of over 200,000 ETH per day in 2021 from exchanges.
That's 200,000 ETH, not dollars, for people thinking,
Yeah, 200,000 ETH.
Wait, right. So that's a lot more.
That's what I said, right?
You did say it. People's brains automatically think dollars.
Yeah. From exchanges which suggest consistent supply depletion.
That's 800 million.
Yeah, $800 million.
Yeah.
Wow, which is funny because it was only how much? It was only 40 million earlier last year.
Yep.
That's nuts, isn't it?
It is nuts.
I almost have that much money.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Not quite that much. Not quite that much. But I'm just saying, like when you really like crush it in crypto and you're doing so well, like it puts a lot of other numbers into perspective.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at Fat Joe's net worth. It's $4 million.
Who's Fat Joe?
Who's Fat Joe? Who's Fat Joe? Lean back.
Oh.
Lean back. Fat Joe. Come on, everybody knows Fat
Gotcha.
Joe. I love Fat Joe. He's a great rapper.
Yeah.
But it really puts stuff in perspective. So, like, thinking about $40 million, like, it doesn't seem like that much money right now when you compare it to what, if you had it in ETH, what it would be worth today.
Right.
40 million to 800 million.
That's nuts.
That's insane.
In 9 months.
It shows you how, it just takes 2 bull cycles for you to get to $1 billion.
That's
if you do it right.
Yeah.
The withdrawals from exchanges have been massive, causing a supply deficit as demand continues to soar. Ethereum's bull run saw the second largest cryptocurrency breach the psychological price of $3,000 recently, and now it's eyeing $5,000. Ethereum supply dynamics tell a compelling story for the future of the protocol. ETH on exchanges falls to 12% of circulating supply as Ether in smart contracts rises to 22.8%. And I know I talked about it this weekend, but that really interesting article that I read, I can't remember who it was by. I think it was Forbes or something like that, that talked about what's different this time around for Ethereum. Number one, institutional money. Number two, it actually has working dApps, like working applications on Ethereum, specifically in the DeFi space mainly. And then when you look at this chart here is insane.
That is insane.
Look at the smart contracts. They're holding 22.8% of the supply. The exchanges only have 12%. More people have Ethereum than are trading it.
Yeah.
Think about that.
It's actually being used for its use case, which is wild.
Wow, that's wild.
Imagine a crypto that gets used.
So here's the question. Here's a question I've been thinking a lot about, TJ, which is we all know that ETH 2.0 is coming. What are you looking at, Elron? So interesting. Can you share it with the class?
The price of ETH is about to pass the price of S&P 500.
Ethereum is about to the value of Ethereum, the market cap of Ethereum is about to pass the value of the S&P 500.
I don't know if it was market cap, but the price per share is.
Oh, the price per share. The price per share is about to pass the price per share
Got it.
of S&P 500. That's nuts.
That is nuts.
Yeah, it's got to be the price per share. But did I just call Ethereum a share?
I think I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you're referencing the S&P.
Yeah, my grandparents do that. Both of them.
How many?
I have to remind them. It's not a stock, guys. Love you, Pop. Love you, Granny. Yeah. So what's interesting is I talked to my grandparents because I had got my grandpa into Bitcoin at literally the very peak of the market last time. $3,000 he put in, pretty much lost it all. We ended up moving it all to some ZRX, and right now it's probably worth I think it's almost back to 2,000 his original investment. But I finally in November, right around Thanksgiving, talked both my grandparents into going in on cryptocurrency. What kind of grandson am I? I'm a great grandson. Yeah. For you grandparents out there, what if your grandkids had talked you into getting into Bitcoin in November? Pretty good. Talked them into Ethereum too. But guys, here's a question I have for this, okay? When it comes to the supply and the price and the value of Ethereum, we all know that the London hard fork is coming in July. That is going to cause massive burning of billions of dollars of Ethereum. Here's the question, TJ. I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think that's already baked into this?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I feel like that's a running thing in all of crypto. Like, oh, it's already baked into the price. It's already baked in. I think there might be maybe a little bit of speculation baked into it from people that have been around a long time that are planning for it. But I don't think the biggest run-up we'll see from it, I don't think it can be priced in because there's still a lot of doubters out there that it's even going to work. So I think some people are hedging, but I don't think it's baked in.
A lot of people are asking about GRT, by the way, today, which is the graph.
Yeah.
We have sold zero. We sold zero of the graph. It's still one of our top 10 holdings.
Yeah, we like it a lot.
Yeah, we like it a lot. So, yeah.
Not a lot of competition.
Exactly. Parsec, the only competition that I know of.
Yeah.
Dogecoin dumps following mention from Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live. And this is... So, when you're newer to crypto, like, it feels like a lot... Oh, someone said aloha. Aloha. It feels a lot like people are talking out both sides of their mouth. And I know you guys hear, like, Carl and Chris, they're like, it could go up or it could go down. If it breaks out, trade it. But if it breaks out up or if it breaks out down. And it feels like a lot of people are giving you, oh, no, somebody, leave that up there. I won't talk about that. I saw that over the weekend. It's happening a lot again. I'm getting a lot of these live streams. But the thing is, it feels like people are talking out both sides of their mouth. That they're like, oh, it's going to go to this price, but it could go down here. What people are doing is they're giving you a range of where things can go, right? But it feels like one day, I say on TikTok, and this is really geared towards the TikTok crowd, which if you're not following me on TikTok, make sure that you are. We're about to tick up to 2.7 million followers here pretty soon on TikTok. It's actually our biggest account. And if you watch this video here, you'll actually see me run through the garage and proving the fact that I can hit the garage. Oh, you want to show this?
I didn't know if it was actually.
Oh, no. Here it goes. Hit the garage door. Watch. Look at this. Jumped over it. Boom. I still got it, baby.
Still got it.
When you can still do the garage door trick and jump over the sensor and get out under the door, you're not old. That's the test. That's the old person test right there. But anyways, on TikTok, I got a lot of comments like people saying like, oh, you said you were all in on Dogecoin and you bought it all and then you sold it all. Like, yeah, I was all in for the pump.
Yeah.
Like, I was putting money in to ride up, and people were like, you're going to regret that. I didn't sell it all. I kept 12.5% of what we originally put in. 12.5% of our overall Dogecoin holdings I held. Now, I'm going to hold that no matter what because I learned the lesson last time. But you can't give a horse in the mouth. You got to take profits. You don't want to be too greedy. And so that's what I did.
Well, and we talked about it all week that we thought it was going to run up beforehand and then dump when the actual...
Exactly.
And that's exactly what happened.
And I was looking to see if Dogecoin would accumulate. What's it at right now? What is Dogecoin at right now?
It's recovered some.
Did you see when it passed Binance Coin on Friday?
Yeah.
Freaking nuts. Is it 50 cents? I said watch for Dogecoin to accumulate between 40 and 50 cents. And it's at 50 right now. If it drops down to 40, I would consider buying more again because I do think Matt Wallace, who was on the channel this weekend, is right. If the overall market cap gets up to $12 trillion, Dogecoin will be $2 or $3, right? This will not be the peak. It will follow along with the market. Right now, it is uncharacteristically higher than the average, pump of the market. But eventually, even if it comes back down to the mean and it's still a top 10 coin, it can easily get to $2, I believe. So I think $1.25 is probably my top price point. I look for it to accumulate around 40 to 50 cents. At some point, it just kind of starts to run into some math problems unless the hype just continues. So, Slarty? Is that the word? Slarty Bartezi? Slarty Bartast says, lost all my ADA over the weekend. Very sophisticated engineered live feed of Charles on YouTube. I'm not happy. Spread the word, please. So for people that don't know what she's talking about, this is on YouTube. I've seen them a lot lately with CZ. Mm-hmm. I saw the one with Charles, which I reported. I report all these when I see them, by the way. And there's a third one that I saw that was actually a Saturday Night Live Dogecoin skit replay. And what the new scam is, so they used to put the QR code on there that you would send the money to. Now they just really sneakily have a URL in the video. And you see the URL, it's like, bonus ADA rewards or something like that. That's not it, but it's something like that.com. You'll go to that, and then they'll have a QR code. You send in all your Cardano. They promise to double it. Guys, remember this. And I know there are real airdrops. I wish there were no airdrops in crypto, honestly. Why? Because airdrops get people to where they think there's free crypto out there. And so if someone tells you like, hey, send in your crypto and we'll double it, look at all these fake comments here, people saying they did it, then people want to do that. It's called the old ETH giveaway scam, okay? Even if it's not Ethereum, if they're using Cardano or using Binance Coin or using Dogecoin, they're using these as a scam to get you to send in your money and then you lose it. So be very careful out there. Airdrops can be real, but I'll tell you the only time I ever got fished, it was an airdrop. So be careful with airdrops, but remember this. This is a great rule to go by. If it's too good to be true, it is. If they're offering you free crypto, you should be much more skeptical and much more critical to think that it's a scam. Because 99% of the time when people are out there saying they're going to give you something for free, it's a scam. Now, obviously, we're doing a legitimate giveaway. You guys know me. We do this. Very, very few giveaways out there are real. You got to be very careful with those.
And that's what I was going to say, too. Very few giveaways or even airdrops require you to send funds first. Like, you might have to claim or connect a wallet or something.
Great point.
But if something's saying send us money, that should be alarm bells and red flags all day.
Yeah. Speaking of alarm bells, Frank's torso, am I right?
Making
Don't
an
cover up
appearance.
that torso.
I was trying to. I was moving the wrong way. I was trying to show.
Whoa, Frank. Yeah, Frank goes to the. Frank, can you step back on? Can your torso step back on? Frank actually goes to the TJ School of Fashion. So.
Yeah, Nick too.
Yeah, Nick too.
Too many black shirts.
Can you show the big screen here? Somebody noticed this. They said, "Why do you have poo above you?"
Because we were just throwing them up there in a hurry. Yeah. Let's rearrange those. That's funny. Oop. Oop.
Oop. Okay. All right. So, guys, let's move on. So that's what happened with Dogecoin. The price dumped. Obviously, we told you it was going to happen. There was no question about it. It's looking to accumulate somewhere. The actual Dogecoin skits that were on Saturday Night Live were not great. There was nothing about it that was like, whatever. Matt said there could be a super secret clue. He said there was something on there. Something about SpaceX taking Dogecoin or something like that. I don't know if it's real. But I don't think this is the end for Dogecoin. But this definitely was a local peak, I think. So, but hey, we've been wrong sometimes. Like how many times?
At least once.
Which was what?
2,500 by Valentine's Day.
Did you not see me dressed up as Cupid? Guys, we're powerful enough on this channel to move holidays.
Yeah, now they want every price prediction connected to a holiday.
Eat the 5,000 by Father's Day. Isn't
Yeah.
that what you guys said?
Yeah.
Okay, Cardano set to explode, says crypto analyst Benjamin Cowan. So I want to get Benjamin Cowan on our around the blockchain. Maybe we can get a Cardano specific show for him. Maybe he'd like to come on and talk
That's
about
kind of
it.
what I was thinking too.
Yeah. He said he'd come on, but he doesn't cover like a lot of smaller coins, so he wants to talk about some of this. We love Benjamin. We think he's a great dude. We listen to what he says. Crypto analyst Benjamin Cowan shares his insights into Cardano's price action. Cowan explains the future of the 7th largest cryptocurrency. He expects an altcoin to increase its USD value during a bull market.
That's deep.
That's novel. Yeah. That is right there. That is really, really deep analysis. He expects an altcoin to increase its dollar value during this bull run.
These writers, man. I feel
These
like they're
writers,
just
they're
filling
something.
words.
It's not
some of the
Benjamin,
time.
it's the writers.
It is the writer for sure.
Who is this? Doesn't even have a name with this article. Okay, so Cowan notes that one generally expects an altcoin to increase its USD value. It says if an altcoin can't defeat Bitcoin, and this is true, if an altcoin can't defeat Bitcoin, if it can't outperform Bitcoin, then there's no reason in holding it. Can Cardano outperform it? ADA beats Bitcoin in a bull market. Cowan reasons that the smart contract platform may rise by over 500% regarding its price of $1.64 in the current bull cycle. Going back to ADA is a long-term play. Now purchasing ADA at $1.37 is riskier than purchasing at 2 cents. Well, I'll say this. It doesn't feel as risky.
No.
It felt a lot riskier buying it at 2% back then.
Yeah, at
2 cents.
Yeah.
Just saying, I was there.
I was too.
And were you buying Cardano?
I actually bought most of mine at about 5 cents and thought I was absolutely insane. I was like, what am I doing?
Throwing money away.
Yeah. But when you're already in that deep, that was one of the ones I bought the absolute top 2, bought it all the way down. And it's like, well, if I believed in it this long, might as well throw more in at 5 cents. And, I'm happy now. But like you said, it sure felt like a stupid decision at the time.
Somebody said that the SpaceX website confirmed that
Yeah.
they would be accepting Doge.
I think they are accepting Doge.
I think it's true. I think it's legit.
So now all those moon boys can go to space with their Doge.
Exactly. Bank the unbanked planets.
There you go.
But in the huge scheme of the cycle, I don't think ADA has plans to go. I would say somewhere between like $5 to $10.
Oh gosh, come on.
Be my guest. Be my guest. Bring my ADA to the test. If I'm wrong because it goes higher than $10, that's something I don't mind being wrong about. I'm with him on that.
Yeah.
Like, we've got some crazy high price predictions on stuff. If I'm wrong, but I'll tell you this. When coins start passing my price predictions, we taking profits.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
Because I'm definitely on the higher end of price predictions. Kind of like with Doge. Like when Doge went above 25 cents, like it is all bonus.
Yep.
But with Doge, I actually bought some above. So I guess that does kind of like prove the point. A lot of it does have to do with what's going on at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would have never thought I would have bought Doge above 25 cents, but there was a big news event. So, obviously, if you guys have not learned this phrase yet, buy the rumor, sell the news. It works 100% of the time.
Or even, yeah, exactly. Sell right before the news.
Yeah. So going back here to CoinMarketCap in regards to ADA, something I noticed today is that when you look at these market caps, obviously you've got Binance Coin that's clearly number 3. You got Ethereum and Bitcoin. They're doing their own thing. But then, bunched in between 53 billion and 65 billion, you've got XRP. Look how close Tether, XRP, and Cardano are. Mm-hmm. And then Dogecoin's kind of up there. But then look how far down Polkadot is. I would say Polkadot is. I'm a big L,
Pronouncer.
pronouncer. I'm a big L pronouncer. It is down so far behind XRP. I'm certainly glad we got a big bag of Polkadot because it has got to run up. Polkadot belongs in that group of coins. Mm-hmm. So to me, I still think, but I've been saying this for 2 months and it is not pumped. So something to watch, but it's definitely something I think is going to move. Look at Litecoin now bumping Chainlink and Uniswap out of the top 10. Bitcoin Cash with a resurgence.
Yep.
Look at that. So you just start seeing there's kind of different tiers of these top coins. ADA is in that second tier right under Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance Coin. Binance Coin, to me, it definitely could elevate itself up to clearly number 3. Nothing else will catch it, kind of to be in the top 3 conversation. Or I could also see it falling back down kind of to where, Polkadot and Cardano are competing with it as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk a little more ADA tonight on Around the Blockchain as well.
Are we?
For the ADA fans, if you want to come back for that, it should be good. And it's interesting that he said, up to $10 because when we had Crypto Crow on Around the Blockchain last week, his prediction for ADA was around $8. So
that's mine as well. I think mine is actually 9.
Oh, perfect.
Because I think my reasoning was that I think a lot of people are going to look at $10 as that psychological number, and when it's running up, like a lot of people are going to start selling at 9.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The smart money sells before the tops.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
that's good logic.
All right, here. Well, thanks, TJ. I've actually been doing this for several years now.
Yeah.
It's not my first rodeo. It's kind of funny.
Hey,
Crypto
everybody, I'm
market cap tops 2.5 trillion as Bitcoin dominance slumps. Yeah, and what did you think? What did you think about the conversation about Bitcoin dominance on the live stream? I think it was on Friday.
I thought it was pretty interesting. I actually want to
It's
talk
on the Around the Blockchain show.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, it was kind of about what I was expecting, but I think we should. It's an interesting conversation. I think we might talk a little bit more about it tonight.
What is your prediction for where you think it's going to go?
How
Bitcoin?
far? I was saying into the mid to high 20s, like maybe as low as 25, 28, something. I don't know if it'll go below 25.
I mean, that's the exact number I said, 25.
Yeah.
25 to 30, but 25 was the number I said.
That's kind of how I feel too.
I mean, it just makes sense to see it fall further than last time. There's more choices.
Right, and I agree. I can't remember who said that they thought it would bounce back and forth and kind of yo-yo, which I agree with too. Like it'll go a little lower than it did last time. It'll correct. Bitcoin dominance will come back up. Probably won't go as high as it was. and then just slowly whittle down through the cycles. So,
Yeah.
but we're not going to be able to jump to this, just so you know, because I didn't get rid of that other video. So just go with the story and pretend we're on that block.
Wait, what?
Well, I'll just do it real quick.
Hey everybody, I'm
You
joined
didn't get
once
rid of that video.
again
Just
by
delete the video.
There you
Kevin Smith, my dude. Clerks 3, we got our Blunt Man and Chronic BitBoy crossover artwork kind of getting it worked on. It's going to be great. I'm going to be in a movie star. What?
Ah, super chat from Laura Mason.
TJ is so supported today. Oh, that's our realtor, Laura Lee Mason. So anyways, guys, the crypto market cap registers a new record above 2.5 trillion, which, by the way, guys, she worked with J-Chains. J-Chains could be moving here permanently here pretty soon. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
You guys watch out for that. Get J-Chains in the house 24/7. We're going to love that.
Yeah.
Is he not the best?
He is the best.
I love Justin. If you guys are not watching New Money Gang, Justin is in charge of that now 100%. He is doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
So really proud of Justin.
A lot of big stuff in the works for that channel. It's going to be a
Absolutely.
lot of fun.
Yeah, and I actually, a guy I know at the ballpark who I've become real good friends with, I went to high school with him and stuff like that. We weren't friends in high school, but we knew each other, and so now we've been talking, and kids play on the same team and stuff. And he told me, here's what is interesting. He said, hey, tell Justin I watched his side hustle video about flipping the cars, and it was awesome. He's not into crypto, but he found a lot of value in that. So I thought that was pretty cool, like that, people are watching that show that don't even watch my show.
There you go.
So Bitcoin has spiked again towards a new 3-week high above 59,600. However, the asset's inability to breach 60K has costed some of its market dominance. After dipping to 55,000 a few days ago, the Bitcoin bulls have pushed the asset north. In a matter of 24 hours, the crypto neared 59,000. However, the bears didn't allow further increases. Bitcoin retraced even below 56,500. Nevertheless, Bitcoin has recovered. Let's see. Here's what we want to talk about. The developments in the altcoin market are significantly more positive, which has reduced Bitcoin's dominance over the market. The metric measuring BTC's share relative to that of the entire market is down to a near 3-year low at beneath 44%. All-time high records across the alt chart. Now remember, guys, the all-time high of these altcoins is the jump point. This is the spot that they will exceed greatly, right? Bitcoin's all-time high, 20,000. Look where it's at. Ethereum's all-time high, $1,418. Look at where it's at, over double now. This is where the altcoins start heating up, is once they pass the previous all-time highs. And in most cases, that previous all-time high will act as new support, as it was resistance at one time, and then it becomes support. Look at Cardano. Cardano, I think it may have dipped a little bit back under that $1.18 price at some point, but it has held strong above $1.20 pretty much ever since it passed it. So here we go. Cardano has been also increasing for a few consecutive weeks, charted a record above $1.80. Chainlink and Litecoin did the same at about $52 and $400 respectively. Then it talks about some of these that are, these projects that are pumping, obviously. But the thing is, when it comes to these all-time highs, is that you still have projects that have not reached new all-time highs. Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is a project that I said I did not believe would pass its all-time high because its all-time high is like $5,000, I think. And right now it's at 1,500. It could easily pass it. I did not think Bitcoin Cash was going to be able to pass its all-time high. But if you look at it right here, right now it's at 1478, and its all-time high was, check this out. Watch this, TJ. Look at this. Watch this. Boom!
Amazing.
All-time high was 4182. Now, in some exchanges, it was 8,000. But guys, it's easy to see it can pass this at this point. Do you think we'll see something similar to what we saw with Ethereum Classic, where people confuse it with Bitcoin? Leave that up there.
I guess I think that's already happening a little bit on some level. I think some people that are buying it on, well, I guess they're both there. I don't know. It just, it depends on the person, I guess. I doubt it. I don't think we'll see, Bitcoin Cash specifically brand itself hoping that it would get confused for Bitcoin. I don't think we'll see anything like that ever again, because that didn't work out well for Bitcoin
Well,
Cash.
the thing in Bitcoin Cash I was going against it is it's already pretty high in price. I mean, 1,500. You look at Ethereum Classic, and it's only $120. So already at 1,500, that kind of prevents like the newer, less savvy like retail investor from being like, oh, that's a good opportunity. Like it's already at 1,500. These people are looking for coins in the dollars.
Yeah.
So, Jimish, our admin, says Coinbase's stock coin is up nearly 8% today. Good news coming this Thursday. They got an earnings report. Could be mega bullish for crypto in general. So,
be interesting.
let's see. Was there anything else in this story you wanted me to look at? Let's see. Nope, that was pretty much the whole thing. Let's move on. Let's look at Laser Eyes. There he is, TB12, Tom Brady. I did go to the Super Bowl this year, saw him win the Super Bowl with my kids, which was pretty fun. But he's got a new profile pic with the laser eyes. Guys, I'm going to follow Tom Brady. Why is he not following me? He's only following 117 people. Which, by the way, you know who followed me on TikTok this weekend?
Who's that?
Paris Hilton.
Ooh.
So he follows me now on Twitter and TikTok and maybe Instagram, but I can't log into my Instagram anymore, so I have no idea what's going on. Remind me to talk to Emmanuel about that today.
Yeah, maybe we should do an interview with her down in Miami.
Maybe so. We hear she's going to be down in Bitcoin 2021. I've always been a big fan of Paris Hilton. I love Paris Hilton, even when a lot of people were trashing her at different points, not just in crypto, but in earlier points in her career. I think she's smart. I think she's savvy. And I think she knows what she's doing when it comes to making money, and that's why she's been in crypto. So
yeah, I feel like a lot of these celebrities and stuff are a lot smarter than people like to give them credit for. Like Tom Brady, this is no accident, and he's got that NFT platform as well.
Yep.
So
He's looking at here in a second.
He's no dummy.
But Paris as well. I mean, you guys think her shtick, of being, playing dumb on things. I mean, that's a shtick. Yeah. I mean, she is an incredibly smart woman. So, so I did a tweet, or I talked about on TikTok in a comment. She did a little TikTok about her family and stuff like that, and I just said that's why I stay at the Hilton. And people are like, "Does her parents really own Hilton hotels?" Obviously, I think it's her grandparents that actually, technically own it. So, but okay, Patriots. What's going on with Tom Brady's new NFT company? If New England fans know anything about former quarterback Tom Brady, is that he's never satisfied. One of the saddest interviews I ever saw was his 60 Minutes interview. Mm-hmm. This guy, Tom Brady's got to be the number one person most people would want to be. Like men in America, right? Like the greatest quarterback of all time, championships galore, married to a supermodel who actually makes more money than him. A lot of people don't know that. And, he's got to be the guy, more people than ever. But I remember that 60 Minutes interview like 10 years ago where he's like, I just find life is kind of meaningless. She's like, well, maybe there's bigger things that you can find meaning in. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe we're designed. I don't know. Maybe we're designed to be in search of something. I don't know. Call me crazy. Speaking strictly in terms of football, even winning a championship or shattering a slew of longtime standing records has never been enough to appease his obsession with winning. According to CNN, the 43-year-old is creating he's older than me, by the way, guys. Do want to point that out. I love when I find people who are older than me. He's creating a non-fungible token company titled Autograph that will unite stars from sports, entertainment, and pop culture to create unique digital collectibles. Tom Brady is launching an NFT platform. We already talked about that. As CNN noted in their story, the buzz surrounding NFTs has skyrocketed in recent months, and the latest mind-boggling sales prove that. The highlights include a piece of art created by digital artist Beeple, selling for a whopping $69 million at Christie's. We know about that already. Honestly, no words to describe Brady's competitive edge. This is interesting because this is written from a Patriot sports writer.
Right.
For as great as he is on the football field, the three-time MVP really only compares to NBA superstar LeBron James in terms of being similarly successful in business and the investment world. It's scary to think about how many more business ventures he will launch and join when he finally decides to retire. But we'll cross that bridge when time comes. I want to point something out to you, and I think you'll agree with this. I've talked to a lot of people in sports. I've talked to an NBA team. I've talked to some high-level athletes. I've talked to their agents. I've talked to companies in the sports world. We had some conversations with, can't even say who it is, a very prestigious organization about NFTs. I have found that in the sports world, people sound much more intelligent writing about NFTs than financial people writing about crypto.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Not even close.
Isn't that funny?
That is funny.
Like you would think, I don't know. It's just like the sports world can grasp this better than the traditional finance world.
You're right. Like you're saying,
It's weird.
in all the conversations, you can tell like they've really done their homework.
They've done their homework.
and they
They've
actually,
researched.
Yeah, they actually understand this stuff. Where you read the stuff from financial writers and stuff, and you're like, do they even know what they're saying?
And especially when the financial people write about sports NFTs. They sound like,
yeah.
today a sports team, a sports ball. You guys know the phrase sports ball? Yeah. Sports ball. So Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl champion, adds laser eyes to his Twitter profile picture, a trendy indication of one sport for Bitcoin. He did so after it was rumored he had been investing in Bitcoin. Earlier this year, Brady announced, we already talked about this, Brady's foray in the NFT world would suggest... Here we go. Here we go again. This is 2 today. 2. Mm-hmm. Brady's foray into NFTs suggested, that's a new one on me. How many? We should count the typos.
Well, you'd think they'd run everything through some kind of Grammarly-like program.
And they're so obvious, too. It's not like nobody's editing these.
No.
Wood suggested a coinciding interest into cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ether, which are native assets used for settlement on a blockchain. I wonder how much crypto Tom Brady has.
Yeah, me too. Well, what's interesting to me about this compared to some of the stuff we saw in the past, like with celebrities and stuff, and like last cycle, some people calling this like a top signal and all this stuff, like before we saw random, C-list celebrities, maybe a B-list or an A-list, kind of mention it, tweet something at the absolute peak. Now we're seeing really, really big, notable figures from around the world, people that have huge platforms.
BitBoy Crypto.
Exactly. We got Gary Vee, you got Tom Brady, you got all these people. Jake Paul. They're not just doing NFTs, they're creating platforms and businesses to be here for a very, very long time. So it's going to be interesting to see the impact of this compared to just kind of a quick flash in the pan little, mention.
Yeah, and you guys know, like, here's the thing. It's easy to call things top signals. Mm-hmm. Like, it's really easy when somebody important comes into the space. But the thing is that the top signals really have more to do with the timing of the market than anything else. When somebody's coming into crypto in September, we should be a little worried.
Yep.
Because we know September is when the bull run's going to end, approximately. Give or take a month. But right now, we've got no indicators showing that this thing is slowing down anytime soon. We could have some pullbacks for sure, but we're about halfway through this bull run. And so, a lot of these people are still getting in and things are good. But let's check out this last story of the day. Bitcoin bull run. Speaking of this, what a segue.
Yeah.
What a segue. I love scooters. Bitcoin bull run won't end anytime soon. It's whale buying hints at new 52K floor. What was the floor that we talked about before? 47K came to bear. Is this the new 47K? $52,000. Funds are ready on exchanges as existing whale behavior suggests that 52,000 is now the floor for Bitcoin. How many people are watching, by the way? I keep meaning to ask you this.
19.5.
95. How many likes?
9,500.
Guys, we can get to 10,000 today. I didn't give you guys a number today. Did I? 8,000? But we're so close to 10,000. Just 500 guys. Smash that like button. Absolutely incredible.
That would be a new record while we were live.
A new record. While we're live, a new record. If we can cross 10,000 likes, this will be a new record for the live stream. So you guys are phenomenal, by the way. Yeah. I feel the love. I feel the love from the community. We have, bar none, the best community in crypto. And you know what we don't do that a lot of other communities do? We don't go attack other people. And I love that. I might say a thing or two about a YouTuber here or there, one specifically. But the fact is, our community is not vitriolic. Like, we don't go out to other YouTubers and say, like, you're an idiot, you don't agree with BitBoy. Like, no. Like
10,200.
Boom, you guys are the best. Yeah. That just proves it. You guys are the best community in crypto, bar none. And you know why? We're just regular folks. Y'all are regular folks. I'm a regular folk. TJ, he wears black all the time. He's a minimalist. He's not very he's not regular. But outside of TJ, everybody in our community is awesome.
Yeah, our office is full of definitely non-regular people.
Walrus.
Was that your walrus face?
Yeah. Yeah, but our office is phenomenal people.
Yeah.
So.
All characters. They're great. We love them. And the community.
Everything's great around here. Traders prepare to sink funds into crypto. A trading frenzy is gripping altcoins while Bitcoin continues to consolidate, showing signs it's ready to tackle $60,000 resistance. I personally believe that we've got a great chance to be back at all-time highs for Bitcoin by the end of the week. Yeah. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but definitely I think in the next 2 weeks we're going to see that. While some alts Dogecoin have cooled since last week, traders are far from exhausted and are ready for more. The number of stablecoins entering exchanges is big. Stablecoin inflows have been on uptrend for months, and apart from brief reset periods where they leave exchanges, the overall direction is clear. This suggests that traders are ready and waiting to enter positions in various cryptocurrencies at short notice. So $52,000. Cointelegraph reported on the composition of exchange order books, notably that of Binance, which reveal a lack of bidding interest above $50,000. At the same time, however, data shows that Bitcoin whales, large volume investors, have amassed significant positions between $54,000 and $58,000. And where are we seeing Bitcoin range in between? Below $58,000. It's having a hard time getting above it. This shows right here the Bitcoin that currently belongs to whale wallets. You see this is from Bitcoin whale clusters. This is a whale map. You can follow them on Twitter. They've got a website where you can look at these charts. But 90,000 Bitcoin at 56K, 120K Bitcoin at 58K, 93K Bitcoin at 55K, and then the largest cluster outside of that, 45K Bitcoin at $52,000. And before you question whether or not this is legitimate or a good indicator, this is how Glassnode came up with the $47,000 floor that held. Yeah. So where the largest buys are, that shows you where the whales are looking at for good price points for Bitcoin. So last but not least, we want to talk about yield farming aggregator, Don Key. Don-Key is a project we're invested in, but it's gearing up for an IDO on Superstarter. Now, Superstarter, do you know what Superstarter is, TJ?
No.
You do not? Well, I'm going to tell you. This is Elio's Launchpad.
Oh.
Yep.
Nice.
So it's like Super Farm,
yeah.
Superstarter.
Got it.
So one of the promising decentralized finance platforms, Don Key, has raised fresh capital for expanding its product lineup. And I can tell you, I believe that this one is going to absolutely crush it. There's a lot of support behind this one. Now, I want to always be honest with you guys and disclose that we are investing in this, but here's what I want to tell you, is make sure you're getting good entries for these coins. When they launch, if you can't get it on the launch, sometimes they just shoot up. Sometimes they shoot up and shoot back down. So I always encourage you guys to look for good entry points on stuff. Don't FOMO into everything at the very top, as we talk about a lot. So I want to give you guys that disclaimer before we get more into what this is. But you guys, I do think long-term over this bull run, this one is going to crush it. It's got a lot of big, important backing. It was announced that Don Key completed a $2.2 million seed round led by Black Edge, Capital, AU21, Genesis Block Ventures, Spark Digital, Market Across, Solidity Ventures, Moonwhale, and Morningstar Ventures. This is a big one right here that a lot of projects we get into are involved with. But traders embrace DeFi and yield farming. We know that yield farming is something that makes a lot of people money. We just talked about how big this is, how big yield farming and staking and DEXs are for Ethereum. It's something they have different this time they didn't have last time. Congrats on the 10K. Keep smashing BitSquad. Miguel, that's our dude. We love Miguel. Always in the chat. And you guys know it doesn't take a lot to be in our good graces. Just $1.99. That's all he does is $1.99 super chats, and we love that guy. You know, a lot of people didn't even realize super chats are a thing. I was talking to somebody over the weekend, and they were like, why do you never answer my question? We're like, well, it's not a super chat. Is that because we're greedy? And no, it's because we see it. Like, you guys see how fast this chat moves. We can't possibly see. My sister was in the chat one time, and she said she sent us 100 messages in the chat. We never saw a single one.
Wow.
I said, sister, all you had to do is pay $2. So that's why you do the super chats. We only get 50% of that money, by the way. So, but even a $2 super chat, there's a much more likely chance that we do see it. So just because it shows up big in colored, so it stands out. Social yield farming platform Don Key set to conduct IDO. Here's more about it. Why Superstarter? Let's actually start with the top part here. Don Key all set to launch IDO. Recently, social platform Don Key shared details about its IPO on Superstarter. According to the announcement, highly anticipated IDO will take place May 11th, that's tomorrow, and enable the community members to acquire Don tokens, along with an opportunity to claim a stake in the yield farming platform. For the uninitiated, we already talked about that. Why Superstarter? So Don Key's decision to conduct his IDO on Superstarter stems from several reasons, most critical of them being that the platform provides a safe and transparent framework for fundraising. Superstarter allows DeFi to tap into a ready-made community and to issue tokens that will be used on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polkadot. Against that backdrop, Superstarter offers a fully decentralized protocol that enables emerging crypto projects to execute IDOs and pre-sales in a fully compliant and secure manner. So we know Elio's done all his homework on all this stuff. We know that if this is launching on Superstarter, great chances it's going to succeed. You guys make sure to look for good entry points. Don't blame me if you bought the top. Don't ever blame me if I buy the top. I always tell you guys what? Don't buy the top. So there you go. All right, guys, that's the show we got for you today. We got some stuff we got to go get to in a few minutes. But I love you guys. You guys are the absolute best community in crypto. Thank you for 10,000 likes. You guys rock. Go Braves. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.